Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So, our girl Foodie Beauty has been busy this morning. She decided that she wanted to do a reaction to milk tea. For those who are not familiar, milk tea is a reaction channel on YouTube. A lot of people love milk tea because she does her reactions. She's very calm, she's very rational, and Foodie for no apparent reason, decided to react to milk tea. If you want my honest opinion about perhaps why she's doing it, it's because her and Natter have been pulling up old receipts and talking about old receipts that are months old, just milking those old receipts for content. It is my opinion that they've run out of content, so they are turning to the reaction channels to be the content until she gets back. That is my feeling. That is my opinion. All of you out there, you are free to have your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And I would love to hear them in the comments if you have them. So, yeah, Foodie sat down and decided to react to a video that Milk Tea did, completely random. Foodie tends to go on her little phases where she'll pick out three or four reactors and then just go off on them and then stop and then pick another three or four and then go off on them and then stop. It's really weird and random. But today her target was milk tea. So she decided to react to milk tea, and trust me, I have a lot to say. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see and hear everything. And I'd also like to share some stuff that I found on Twitter. So before we get into Chantal's video, oh, oops, oops, oopsie, the tab is on the other browser on my second screen. So you know what? Let's just react to Chantal's video, and I will include the other stuff in another video. A word before we get started. Sometimes I have people that when I upload a video, they will say it has no sound. I'd like to apologize for that. Uh, Something that should be known, when I upload a video, I set the video for private. I don't know if some of you tried to view it before it's all the way processed, but if it's not all the way processed, you probably won't hear the sound until it's all the way processed. I don't release the video until YouTube has done all their checks and it looks like the processing is done. But if you happen to see one of my videos and at first you don't hear the sound, please just wait a couple of minutes and you might hear the sound then. The YouTube's been acting rather wonky and weird. Indeed, this video, this live stream that Foodie did, there was no notification. By the time I found out about it, she was almost an hour in and it was too late to get started. I was hoping that she would not immediately dirty delete, so I wanted to wait until she was completely done. The chat portion will not show up. I don't want to wait on that. Foodie said she's going to be back in about an hour, and I'm just trying to keep up. So no chat's going to appear. Let's just go from here. So let's get to, shall we?
Callie. Order for Lush to get home because I realize by the time it gets to my house, it takes like a little while to get there. And I don't feel like going to a mall and I need my stuff. So I ordered a whole bunch of things from Lush. So stay tuned for a Lush haul because my skincare needs major updating. And I also need to get collagen.
Could I also just toss this out there for everybody? I'm sorry, that was a bad freeze moment. Let me just fix that. Uh, the feeling that I'm getting from Foodie, the feeling that I'm getting from her is that she's coming home a lot earlier than she says. With Foodie, it's always about word semantics. This is how she can say, I am telling the truth. It's all about wordplay. So Foodie has said that she's coming home on the 29th, and she might be telling the truth with that. But with Foodie, you got to read the fine print. So, yes, she might be showing up at her home on the 29th, but she also might be flying in through Montreal earlier than that to make a pit stop at Natter's house and stay for a little while before she goes home. And that is why Natter is popping up with all kinds of groceries just out of nowhere before YouTube payday. Let's go over the timeline. So she did a haul for herself for snacks. To me, that looked like a bunch of snacks you would take on an airplane. If she's not going to leave until the 29th, why go shopping like that? Then all of a sudden, Natter pops up with a bunch of groceries. And he and Dee Dee have been very hyperactive lately on certain party favors. Why would they need all that food? That looks like they're preparing for a visit from somebody else who eats a lot. And who do we know that eats a lot? Foodie. You know, she might be buying the groceries, so perhaps she can stay there a while and be comfortable and be fed. Also, Sala is over there popping up with some new toys. He's got the nunchucks, he's got the boxing gloves and all that. Foodie probably bought those also. How she's getting her money before payday, I don't know. It could be a payday loan. But isn't it funny that all these purchases are happening all around the same time? And even if all three involved were YouTubers, YouTube payday hasn't happened yet. And Foodie does have a history of payday loans. I'm not saying she did it. I'm just saying she's got a history of it. But the feeling that I'm getting from her with cleaning the house and cleaning out the fridge and buying the snacks and Natter popping up with food, it feels like she's going to be arriving sooner than she says. So she might be going to Natter's for a little while and then going home. But I just keep getting this feeling she's coming home earlier than what she says.
Basic. Hi, golden girl. Hold on, guys. Why is it doing this? Okay. Shani got permanently banned. Why? What did she do? Did she do anything to get banned? Yeah, we're dragging milk tea today. This person has been reacting to me for like, okay, I need to hide my chins here. I need to hide my face, my neck. So I don't have a neck, so it's my chins, all right? A plus. It probably has.
Okay, Foodie just said it. She just said it. So what you're saying to us, Foodie, is that all those pictures where your face is narrow at the bottom and your chin is at a point, those are all heavily filtered. You just confessed yourself that you come on camera and you use the filters. But we knew that because we've seen you before without the filters. Remember StreamYard? Remember the one time you went on StreamYard for exactly 60 seconds? You saw yourself without the filters, you felt embarrassed and you left. But you are so heavy now that you really don't have a neck to speak of. You use the filters to give yourself the appearance of a neck. You know, that's just an observation.
Emphysema by now, unfortunately. Yeah, he's in the other room. Barbecue knob. All right. Okay, so I've been asked. This is like a Hallie. This is a series that I'm gonna call "I Hate the Internet." Okay, this is the thing. I don't mind if you have something relevant to react to. All right. So people want me to react to these videos, and honestly, I looked through a little bit of it, and I just want to go through it and be like,
Excuse me.
what? Apparently, like people were commenting on my videos, basically saying, I'm kind of hungry, I can't express myself, saying that I should watch Milk Tea's reacts. Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of eye rolling because that's how I feel when I watch these videos. They're so petty. Like, who cares about half of the things that they're reacting to?
Well, if nobody else cares, why do you care? Why do you care so much that you're going to do a reaction? If you say to the audience, I don't care about these people, I don't care what they have to say, you're the most bothered, unbothered person I know, Foodie. If you were truly unbothered, you wouldn't care, you wouldn't give it attention. But the more attention you give something, the more you do care.
Pause every second to say something that they think is a fact. So I just want to see all the receipts that this person has and definite proof, because they say a lot. I know you're not married. I know it's not.
For those who do not know, as I understand it, Milk Tea, She works in the Middle East and she lives in the Middle East. So I would imagine she's got quite a bit of knowledge of what it is to live and work over there versus Foodie, who's just on a tourist visa and she's just visiting there.
Legal. So let's see what they know, okay? I just want to see what they know. Oh, Ariel.
Ah, so there we go. There we go. Since Milk Tea has more knowledge and experience with the Middle East, you just kind of told on yourself. You told on yourself, Foodie. You're concerned about what Milk Tea is going to say because she is someone living and working in that part of the world. It sounds like you are concerned that somebody who has real life experience and knowledge is going to poke a bunch of holes in all the lies you've been telling people. Not that much help was needed, because we all know the whole thing is a sham. Your marriage is a sham. This whole thing is just a storyline for you. And it seems like you and Natter are trying to do damage control because the vibe around the water cooler is it's mostly fake. But those of us that have been reacting to you and watching you, we already knew that. I don't know why it's bothering you so much now. Maybe it's bothering you and Natter because you are concerned how it's going to affect your income. So you're trying to do damage control, although you both are so stupid. You tell on yourselves constantly.
I'll come back to very more recipes. I think I keep blocking Ariel. It has black lung by now. Is Milk Tea that old woman who looks like a talking skeleton? No, no, that's tea and dust. so, so, he stank. Pamela. Okay, let me have some water. I already have a migraine. Oh my god. All right.
All right, shut up with that. Shut up with that. I got a migraine. Foodie, why do you fake that stuff? There's lots of people who suffer from migraines. I have a good friend that he constantly keeps a migraine. It never goes away. Those are nothing to be played with. Those are nothing to mock. They are seriously painful. Listen, if you had a migraine, like a real one right now, first of all, you would not be in a room with bright light. That would hurt your eyes. Talking would hurt. You wouldn't be able to deal with sound. You just want to go into a dark room with no sound, take some aspirin or some painkiller, and pray for the pounding and the thudding to go away. You don't have a migraine, so just stop faking it.
I'm doing this because I need to see what the big hype is. This person got 15K views. Am I jealous?
Yeah, you are. You are. You're jealous. This person got 15K views. When is the last time one of your live streams got that much?
No. Am
Liar.
I annoyed? No.
You're jealous. You're always coveting other people's stuff, other people's money. You're jealous.
Why do I mention that? Because this must be a video. Because if you look at all the other views, there must be something important in this video. Something that makes people interested. So I want to see what it is.
Yeah, it's called presenting facts in a calm, rational way. And if people want to have their feelings, their thoughts, and opinions, they do it in the comments section. You know, Foodie, the comments section, like your videos that you edit or you shut down completely because you don't want to hear opposing opinions. Other people leave theirs up. They do their videos, they do their live streams, and people are free to say what they want, but you're constantly shutting people down because you don't want to hear anybody poke holes in your lies.
Well, we're gonna see Sala because apparently they do know something, right? So we're gonna see what receipts they have, what knowledge they have. Let's see. Hi, Elizabeth's Nirvana. You ready for Canada bees?
You notice how she's just stalling for time? She's doing that because she wants the most people in her room for this reaction. She's waiting for those views.
Look, I have proved people wrong time and time again.
No, you haven't.
The meth pipe, not coming to Kuwait, going to Cuba, many, many things. So I cannot wait either, Ariel, to get home and show everybody that I'm still going to be a hijabi. You know? You're going to Cuba? Don't drink the rum. And be in a toxic crappy.
Oh, Howie.
Hold on, I'm gonna let him out.
Come here, Howie.
If this person reacts to me, okay? They don't steal. They don't like. Okay, they do steal the whole video, but they do react to it, and they don't stream snipe. So, and they're not hateful, you know, like they're snot.
So basically what you're saying about Milk Tea is that she's doing a lot of things that you approve of. She doesn't stream snipe. You know, she's very calm. She's very rational with her react. She's not raging. And you got a problem with her anyway, to the point where you're going to try to drag her in a reaction, even though, you know what, Foodie, I'm in a mood. I'm going to drag you instead because I was watching through another reaction channel. I was watching part of this, and you were saying some things that got me mad. So it's time, Mama. Let's do this.
And they're full of crap, but they're not hateful and they don't name call. So,
right. So why are you reacting to them? Why are you reacting to her? Just to be rude?
Whatever. Let's just get into it. Hi, sweet vintage Zoe.
The realities of modern life.
I'll watch the ad.
You know, Foodie, I don't mind people reacting to me as long as they do it in a fair way. Also, Foodie wants to react to Milk Tea, want a very sensible, calm reactor. So make it make sense.
No, I don't have the patience. Right. Jane is bothered. Stop it, Missy.
Because it's probably a bias she bought
Look at-
while technically, according to her, already married.
I don't like reacting from the side. My side profile is hideous.
Yeah, it is.
Bio shopping, it's that one. So this definitely happened the first day she was here when she claimed to be married, you guys.
Milk Caillou tea? What?
I'm also going to put in a picture of the live she did after this, where her makeup is identical right now.
Yes, it was the same day.
Yeah, look at that picture on the screen. Y'all see the difference? Look at this little pointy chin going on here and the round chin here. Edited, filtered.
I said that. So, change the angle. I can't.
I'm going to have this music. It's not as bad as some music usually is. This is just a picture of her ring, because remember,
You're ripping on my music?
she was presenting this
How
for
petty.
her wedding day.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to rip on your music. Not that there's anything wrong with using royalty-free, copyright-free music on videos. That's perfectly fine. But I've noticed something about your vlogs, Foodie. If you take out all the segments where there's the music and there's no talking and the little filler footage, you really wouldn't have much of your footage. You use the filler footage and the music to extend the time of your vlogs. It's tacky. It's tacky. And you wonder why your vlogs don't do so well.
Obviously, she's been wearing that ring for a while, and she doesn't have the nail polish on that she had the first day she was there. Do you remember that awful beige cream colour that she thought was modest?
How do you guys watch this? You're ripping on my nail polish now? What about you and your moon space galaxy looking eyeshadow?
It's
What's wrong with her eyeshadow? You've worn darker.
not on her nails anymore, despite the fact that it's in wedding.
And you know what? Somebody said it in a chat I was in. They said it's not really her reacting, this is her just insulting. There's a difference, Foodie. Reacting to somebody, giving your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, that's reacting. You're just here to be a bully and be insulting to Milk Tea.
Picture that she posted after she got that. A wedding ring.
Can you guys hear her?
We are wedding, which I don't blame him for not being able to.
You know what, Foodie? If you want to do a real reaction, do it the proper way. Put StreamYard on the computer and have your face in one small window, like I'm doing right now, and the video in the other window. StreamYard is not that expensive. You can surely afford it, but you'll never do that because there's no filters on StreamYard.
Say it in correct English, but I did think maybe it was saying.
You're okay, but you're making fun of the fact you know he's not English. Hi, Tracy. So you're making a comment that's so petty and
You're
irrelevant.
waiting for a minute, but I think he did say wedding. They're in a courthouse. I'll give them that.
He
And
said we are
does
waiting,
describe
not
the
wedding.
process a little bit later.
I will describe the process you know nothing about.
Which makes me think they probably went to court today, but I don't
These
know
web
who she thinks
sleuths.
she's fooling in terms of this being.
Foodie, you don't know how to react. When this is how you do it. Do I have to educate you? I think I do. Somebody needs to, because you suck at this. And it's pretty sad because I'm a small channel. You're a bigger channel. You've been on YouTube longer than I have. You should know how to do these things. If you're going to do it right. Here's how you do it. You play a portion of a video. When you have a comment, you shut off the video and you talk to the camera. That way people can catch both parts of the conversation. I can't believe I have to educate you on this crap.
Done legally at all, and we will talk about it.
Okay, number one, I want to know, is this person from Kuwait? Does this person work in the court? And how
Are you from Kuwait? Do you work in the courts? No. She lives there and works there. She's got more knowledge than you. Don't try to act like you're the smartest person in the room when you're the one wearing the dunce cap.
do they know this information, basically? Yeah, the voice is enough. Mabruk, mabruk.
If they did what they're claiming to do, they would have needed 2 witnesses, and she does confirm later that they had 2 witnesses, which is connected to something I want to say later, actually. But we're obviously just getting whoever's behind the camera. It's hardly proof positive. Oh, congratulations, while standing there. Is it Murad? I don't know any of the other friends. They're obviously on the outs with Allah. So I'm guessing Murad, who according to...
Because he couldn't possibly have any other friends just because we haven't introduced them or brought them online. Here's an idea, Milk Tea. Maybe we don't show everybody we have in our life online. Did that ever...
But that's not you, Foodie. That is not you. That's never been your style. You've been fiending to be in a relationship. You've been fiending to have a man by your side that you can show off to everybody. The moment that a guy walks into your life for 5 minutes, you want to show him off. You want everybody to know his name. You want everybody to see his face. You want him to be content. So wouldn't it just stand to reason that if you're with a guy and you get married, you're going to want to boast about that? You're that kind of person that you won't keep wedding pictures and whatnot to yourself. No, you're going to turn that into content. For you, everything is content. There is no such thing as privacy. So isn't it weird that you got what you said you wanted? You got a relationship with a decent looking guy. You're married. So where are the wedding pictures? Where's anything to show that a celebration happened? The two of you are actually together. You hid that from everybody. It looks very sus.
come into your mind or what? I know people, this is the same argument that she would show us everything. She tells us everything.
Right?
No, I used to tell you everything. I have a husband now. I have to respect privacy in a lot of ways. All right. Do I still have a bit?
You know, you have no respect for other people's privacy. None. Absolutely zero. No, you respect no one, not even yourself. And what was this you were saying not too long ago in a live stream? That you and Sala were looking for loopholes? Loopholes, fully? What? I just made up a new word, fully. Loopholes, Foodie, point in the direction of fraudulent behavior. Because if something is legal and above board, you don't have to look for loopholes. When you look for loopholes, that means you're trying to go around the corner and down the street to do something that you really would only need a few steps to do. Do you understand? You're looking for some kind of loophole, like a civil ID. That looks like shady behavior.
Big mouth, yes. But not as big.
Didn't, but kind of did, but it's impossible for him to do it, but under the table and kind of a thing. So I guess he's got no choice but to commit to it, because if he gets caught, the consequences are going to be a lot more serious for him than it's going to be.
I already lost track of what's going on.
That's because you're not looking at the video, and you're not watching the video, you're not listening to the video. You're too busy with your face in the camera. If you're going to react, pay attention to what you're reacting to.
Hello guys, we just finished from the marriage contract and we are going home to celebrate.
So is the marriage contract the certificate that you get, you know, that's usually nice, kind of a gloss paper, nice official stamp thing you have on it? It's very pretty, people tend to value them, you know, quite stiff paper. Is that?
Yeah,
And I also want to point something out before Foodie says a word. Foodie, I've been saying over and over again that one quality video, one quality live stream is worth 10 quantity live streams, 10 garbage live streams. Do you get it now? This person, Milk Tea, did a video, and I'm sure her video was not that long, and she got 15K views versus you over there with your live stream that you'll do like 2 or 3 hours and you get maybe 9K, and you're spending 2 or 3 times the amount of time trying to get that amount. Quality versus quantity. Do you understand now? Do you understand the lesson? That a little bit of work and a little bit of care and pride in your work goes a long way. That and treating people, like they matter, like you're listening, versus just like dollar bills.
people tend to value them, so not show people with Space Moon eyeshadow online, just random strangers on the internet. And by the way, you don't just go to the courthouse and they just make you a certificate right away. Like, you need to wait to get that. Oh my god.
Meant to be the rolled up piece of A4 in that plastic protector in his hand.
It's not rolled up at all. I don't see any rolling action. It looks pretty straight to me. Stop reaching.
Can't see either of them carrying
You wish you could reach with them short arms.
anything else. It's not exactly treating it like it's precious.
Maybe someone else was carrying it. Maybe.
And Salah, honey,
This is proof or what?
You love yourself so much, you couldn't have put on a suit.
You're like reacting in front of 15. You're reacting in front of 10,000 people. There's 15,000 views on this video, and you couldn't put on a better wig.
Okay, now I'm gonna drag you. I was waiting for that, y'all. I was waiting for that. Chantal, Foodie Beauty, I'm gonna clock you and I'm gonna drag you for that comment, for coming for Milk Tea's wig. First of all, as far as Milk Tea, I think she looks lovely. I think that's a good wig. It looks natural. It flatters your skin tone. She chose very well. You, on the other hand, can we talk for a minute about the wigs you've had? Because I've seen all of your live streams. Pull up a chair, because school is in session. You have spent over $2,000 in wigs. Where are those wigs now? They're on the floor, dirty, and the cats have probably peed on them because the litter boxes have not been changed. You that spent that much money on wigs, do you have a single wig that's worth anything? I've seen you take $800 wigs and make them look cheap just because you wouldn't take care of them, you wouldn't wash them, you wouldn't brush them, you would get in one of your moods and take the scissors to them. You've had some pretty wigs. There's been a couple of wigs I'm like, that looks nice. And then you start chopping them up and making them look cheap. Before you come for somebody else's wig, you better think about all the wigs that you bought. Some of them looked completely awful, and all of them ended up ruined. And by the way, you can buy a cheap wig. It doesn't have to cost $200. It just has to look good. It has to flatter the shape of your face. It has to flatter your skin tone. That's what you want to look for when you're buying a wig. Not just the price of the wig, but how it looks on you. Does it flatter? Does it flatter your face shape, your head shape, your skin tone? You bought some nice wigs, but they ended up ruined. Absolutely ruined. And by the way, when you wear a wig, put on a wig cap. I mean, seriously, put on a wig cap. They're there to help the wig stay on and to keep them clean. Don't come for somebody else's wigs, ma'am, when I've seen the way you treat your own. $2,000 for wigs that got basically ruined. Shame on you.
On the 70s disco suit to go to the cinema the other day. You couldn't have wore a suit to the courthouse for your own money.
It's actually a blazer from Zara. Okay. And furthermore, we don't show these private info online. She must wake up and stop the weeds. That's all they do is reach. This is why I hate the internet.
Then stay off it. Take a break. We won't miss you.
Maybe he doesn't want to wear a suit. Like, who cares? He wants to wear jeans. Why can't you get married in jeans? It's 2023. Leave us alone.
Wedding party. Remember
I didn't wear a wedding dress. I'm not going to buy a wedding dress for a freaking. No.
Yeah, speaking of wedding dresses, I'm curious, Foodie. What happened to that flower fairy dress that you bought and those ugly, shiny Cinderella type shoes? Didn't you say you were buying them wink wink for a wedding? What happened to that? You never wore those things. You bought them and then you never wore them. When I saw the dress, I thought it looked hideous. And I doubt you could ever wear the shoes that you bought. I don't know why you bought them. But they were supposed to be for your wedding, but you never wore it. What was the purpose in buying them?
Exactly, not me.
that they didn't see her for 2 weeks after she arrived.
Don't tell me this woman I haven't watched any of her video, like full videos. This is the first full video. Don't tell me she's made fun of my wig.
Wait. So you got a problem with Milk Tea reacting to you, and you just said, I never watch any of her videos. This is my first time reacting to her. So you got a problem with her to the point where you're going to try to roast her and drag her, which you're not going to do a very good job because you suck at it. You've never seen her videos, but you decided to react to her based on what? Because she gets more views than you? Oh, let's just pick a reactor out of the hat and make that into content. It just seems like that's the move.
Because I swear she's made fun of my wigs.
Well, your wigs are hideous. Some of your wigs are hideous. And you wear them on camera and they're unclean. We can see they're unclean. They're dirty. Yeah, I'm going to make fun of your wigs too. By the way, Foodie, until I decided to take my wig off on my channel, I was wearing a $20 wig. Yeah, I said it. Bought a $20 wig off of Amazon and it looked so good and so natural. Nobody knew it wasn't my real hair. See, that's what I'm talking about. You can buy an $800 wig and it can still look bad on you if it's not flattering. It's not the cost of the wig, it's how it looks on you and how you wear it. Money is not an issue. I've seen really great cheap wigs. I've seen really great expensive wigs. It's all about how it flatters your face shape, your skin tone, how you wear it, how you take care of it. You don't know how to pick out a good wig and take care of it. So leave Milk Tea and her wigs alone.
Hi guys, so I just decided to put
This is only 30 minutes. Only.
a few steps of
Even better. So her video was 30 minutes and she got 15K views and you're over there doing 2 or 3 hour lives and you get 9K. Feel ashamed.
our courthouse wedding.
She's already stopped the video 100 times already.
But for us,
Well, that's what you do when you react, you idiot. You stop the video after seeing a portion, you add your commentary, you make it transformative. That's why it's fair use. That's what reactors do. Do you not realize this? You want to do reactions? That's how you do reactions. Like I'm doing right now. I'm playing a portion of your video. I'm adding my commentary. I don't want to talk over the conversation so that people can follow both sides.
it meant everything. It was very special.
Note her use of past tense to try and make it seem like it was longer than 5 hours ago.
Because well, for me at least, I was wearing my sweaters, and I know Salah feels the same way. And mashallah, I am so happy. And I just want to share.
You know, this feels like a fake rage because let's be honest, y'all. Anybody out there, have you ever been really, really mad? You're not going to be laughing when you're really mad. This feels like a fake, phony rage.
A little bit with you guys. We went to a courthouse. It was not a religious wedding. It was just done in the court.
I wasn't under the impression that that was possible. I thought you had to have a religious component before.
Well, what you thought and what you know is two different things, obviously.
But it's not at
And reactors are free to speculate as much as they want. There's no TOS against speculation or theory.
all on the priority list of things wrong with this video. So we're just gonna
It is for me because you're claiming to know things that you have no idea about, and this is number one right here, example of it. I was under the impression, even when people who are snooty and like just petty always talk like this with their eyelids, we're rapidly firing a million a minute.
We're more focused on the legal side of things, just being legally married.
Wig more stiff than her personality.
Well, trying to do it illegally, I'm sure that would be a focus.
And we'll have a wedding at some point, maybe in the future, inshallah. So for now, this is all we decided.
This is boring.
Showing you.
The outside steps, which is just me being fucky because she does show more. Bear in mind how much Chantal has shown. More than she should have. She talked about more than she should have.
In the past, yeah.
Times. But somehow the legal process, which is easily...
There's one good thing that's going to come out of her reacting to milk tea. One good thing. It's going to give more attention to Milk Tea's channel. And Milk Tea is probably going to get a lot more subscribers because of it. Because let's face it, a lot of people hate watch Chantal. And whoever she talks about on her channel, they get more subs, they get more views. I'm not saying that Milk Tea needs it, but that's going to be the bonus. Anytime Chantal comes for somebody, they get a boost in views and subs. So the people that you hate so much, Chantal, you're helping us. You're helping us. Thank you. Thank you for spotlighting some of these channels and getting their name out there. Thank you. Milk Tea's a great reactor. She deserves more attention. So thank you for that.
Found online.
You don't owe these people anything. Your business is your business. I dare them to share their daily life and past life. That's what I mean. Like, why do we owe anybody a marriage contract? Like, what our deal is, married, not married, whatever you think. It's
Ooh. Was that a tidbit? Was it? If we're married or not married, if you're really married, there's not a question. There's no if there. There's no if. Choice of words right there, Chantal. If we're married or not married, if you're married, there's not even a question of it. We are married. That's what you should be saying. We are married.
It's not your business. Like, who cares? Why does that deter you from watching me? Why does that make, you know what I mean? Why does that make you... Yeah, Tracy. It makes me laugh.
That's the thing that's sacred to her.
Well, look, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder. I must be in the camera. I must love myself.
You do. Actually, you know what? You don't. You don't love yourself because you don't take care of yourself.
After everything else. Not presenting herself well online.
I want to say that, like, Sala is not used to being, like, in the camera's eye for so many people, like, this way. And so, yeah, it's normal to look at yourself when you're filming, like, to make sure everything is okay. Like, whatever.
With his friends.
They use this as an example of why he loves himself, not you.
He does. I mean, hey, proof's in the video. Every time they do a couple vlog together, he's got his face in the camera. He's practically eye screwing himself. Do you need a cigarette afterwards, Sala? You need a smoke because of all the eye sex you have. Because you don't look at Chantal.
Not breaking defamation laws in Kuwait. But this moment right here, that should be very easy to share.
I'm not the only one who's done that.
People just have to keep speculating and accusing us of being fake married. That's fine with us.
It's not speculation if it's real, darling. And it's not even, I'm not speculating you're fake married.
I'm not speculating you're fake married, okay?
I'm not alleging you're fake married.
I'm not
telling
alleging.
You're not fucking legally married. You're not.
Nope.
So how do you know this?
Well, it's just by looking up the laws, Chantal. You're on a tourist visa. You cannot get married on a tourist visa. And if you still have your Canadian citizenship, then you can't be a citizen of Kuwait. So there you go. It's that simple.
Like, how does this... How? Hi, Plex Cass. How does... So this person is definitively asserting that we're not married. Okay.
Not.
When we are.
You're not.
So I need proof of this. I need proof. Like,
you know what? Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong. Show the marriage certificate. If it's authentic, we'll all owe you an apology. Put up or shut up. Show us the proof. You can blank out the names if you want, for personal reasons, but show us a certificate. Stop being so secretive.
It's not up to me to prove to people
You want a gotcha moment? There it is.
anything. Like it's no one's business. It's very personal. But you're definitively saying we're not married. So where's your proof?
Oh, and now I've said the F word for 7 minutes in. Maybe you will forgive me.
Which will spend their precious lifetime on this earth hate, obsess, stalk other YouTubes. They should touch grass, get a life mind. Yeah, Vagar. Thank you, Vagar. And I've heard this person say when I was like quickly reviewing the video earlier, that she's like, I have a job. I can't do her voice without doing the bad accent, sorry. I have a job. This is a pastime. This is a hobby for me. So how sad is your life if you don't even, this is your hobby. They all say that.
Hey, she's got a hobby and it's making her money. What's wrong with that? Your hobby is eating and it makes you money, right? You make sure to eat your meals on camera for tax purposes, so you say, but also to attract the feeders, which give you money offline. Hello, those feeder profiles that have been exposed. Remember that? Remember one of your feeders coming into the chat and saying that he met you off of a site? Thanks for the great private time, Chantal. You use your channel to attract the feeders. They pay you for requests. You do the request on camera. You get paid. You're double dipping. You're double dipping. You get the money off YouTube for the views and the super chats and the memberships. Your feeders send you money on PayPal or whatnot to do requests of some kind. Yeah, you're double dipping. You attract the feeder crowd. And that's why you will never change as far as not eating on camera, because you need those feeders to send you that extra cash, don't you?
This is your hobby. Imagine your hobby is doing this, picking apart someone's video, like married life. Like it's just coming up with BS.
But
Might I suggest you get a boyfriend and go on a diet or a girlfriend, whatever.
I'm not alleging that. It's not slander. You're not married.
Okay, we are married.
No, you're not.
And you know nothing. So what now? Like it's just basically it's stupid. Her word against mine, their word against mine. They don't have any proof. People just believe what they say for no reason. Like just like
Even if we don't see the marriage certificate, even if we don't see that, y'all, anybody out there, if you've ever been in a relationship with someone that you loved and they loved you, when you see two people together, you just know. You feel that energy between them. You see the love that they have in their eyes for each other. You used to feel that they are a team. I haven't seen that with Sala and Chantal. I've not seen it. I've seen him move away from her. I've seen him not looking at her. I've seen her raging in her community post and doing live streams on her supposed wedding night. I've seen all that. And if Chantal were really in love with Sala and he was really in love with her, she would be happy and glowing all the time. She's been nothing but mad and raging since she got to Kuwait. Is that the behavior of a newly married, happily married couple that are truly into each other? No. He can't stand Chantal. This is a business transaction. It was even revealed that Chantal sent Sala $9,000 of Canadian money, which translates to $2,200 in dinar because of the conversion. So they're so in love, right? So why is she sending him all that money? It's a paid transaction. Simple.
Yo mama or whoever, they're in on the drama together. Okay, where's your proof? I know for a fact. Okay, where's your proof? I'm still waiting. I'm also still waiting for Sam's Bar Lounge. Again, proof that I did anything. Like, where's the proof here? None. Zero. You're all liars. All right.
Because it's not legally possible when you're on a tourist visa.
Thank you. She just said it. Thank you, Milk Tea. Thank you. When you're on a tourist visa, you cannot get married. You hear that, Chantal? You can't get married. Are you mad because people found this stuff out? Did you think that by going to Kuwait, because things might be different over there in the way they do things, that that would give you room to hide? It hasn't. There's a little thing called the internet, and people can look stuff up, and they do.
Oh, well, guess what it is?
So,
Okay, number one, it is. Sala, can you explain? There's so many exceptions. So many exceptions.
Like what?
We initially thought, like, yeah, whenever you Google, obviously it says like you need a civil ID. Basically, those are the requirements. Whatever. There's so many exceptions. So many.
No,
Well,
there's
not so many, but there's exceptions. There's ways that I call loophole. There's other legal avenues to do it. There's actually a
wait,
lot of people who
wait, wait. If it's legal, you don't need a loophole. A loophole is a workaround. That's basically what a loophole is a workaround for something. If you can't take the straight path, you go around the corner, you go around the side, you go down the side street. If it were completely legal and straightforward, you don't need loopholes, Chantal. Loopholes point that you are trying to find a workaround so you can get what you want.
get lawyers for that reason. So to marry here, like if you're an expat or whatever. So
Lawyers can't help you get married.
you don't know anything.
all this
Like, why should anyone believe this person who has no proof? And like people just don't listen.
Because she lives and works in the Middle East. She's got a great deal of knowledge. She's a wealth of knowledge and facts because she lives there and she works there. That's why people are going to her channel and watching her videos, because she is someone that she's in that part of the world. And she knows more, much more than you do, Chantal. You're just visiting. She's actually living in that part of the world and she knows quite a bit.
To our explanation whatsoever.
Like, you're offering up insults. She's offering up facts and information. Do you see the difference? Anybody can insult. You, not so much. You're not good at it. But she's coming forward with her knowledge and her experience and offering it to the people. And if people choose to believe or not believe or halfway believe, she leaves it up to them. And you're angry because you're doing the Chantal show. You know, all kinds of lies you try to sell to people to get views and subs and money and membership signups and super chats. But you're not coming to the table with facts to dispute facts. You're coming to the table with insults to dispute facts, and it just doesn't work.
look at maybe the one.
Is it contradictory at first? Yeah, because you know what? We have to be vague. Like we don't want to get ourselves in trouble or just like
You're just admitting guilt. We have to be vague. Don't want to get ourselves in trouble. How would you get in trouble? If you're going about things in the legal way, if you're following the rules to the letter, why do you have to be vague? Why do you have to be vague and lie and find loopholes? That points towards fraudulent behavior.
not in trouble, but like expose our lives to that degree. You know what I mean? Like to have it picked apart, you know? I'm not employed by anybody. No. It's not.
Yeah, and that was the rumored workaround, that Salah or Murad, they employed her so she can get a civil ID. That was the workaround.
Okay, that's one of the loopholes, flop era, is you can get a civil ID. It's not a loophole for marriage. It's a loophole to get your civil. It's not a loophole for civil ID. It's how people get civil ID. You get employment, you get a civil ID. So that's what it is. Karma attack. Welcome to Loyalty Visors Club. Ready, set, be.
The liar over there stumbling over her lies and creating more lies to cover up the first 10. It's so much simpler to tell the truth. The truth is all you need. If your truth is honest, that's all you need. You don't need loopholes. You don't need to be vague. You don't need to cover up lies. It's so much more complicated to lie than to tell the truth.
That's what you get. So yeah. Like, so you get the civil ID through the job, and then yeah, you can get married that way.
No, you can't.
It's easier that way.
No, you can't.
But actually, not really.
Actually, not really.
Baby. I know. Yeah, they really are. Actually, Monty was streaming. I seen like one stream he did. I don't know why I even look. And he was like playing background videos of like where he thinks we live, like in the area he thinks we live in. Like, how is that not inappropriate? Like, you're such a huge bug-eyed doxer. Get a life.
Back when she sent him a copy of her passport. So what? What do you think that's gonna do? You know?
Well, I
Like, so
can't
this
even
idea
keep
that
track
there were
anymore.
loopholes that Murat
So
got
boring.
from
Hi,
his
Aisha.
employment, not employment visa. And she came in on it, and I'll prove it in a second.
What?
We've decided that we will not be showing any kind of personal marriage contract.
Because it would be fake.
Number one, that's not.
That's like, this is the thing. This is why I just never ever like. There's no point in explaining myself because anything you produce, anything you say, it's fake. It's fake. It's made up.
Well, that's why you don't explain yourself, because you lie too much. You lie when you don't have to. That's why you don't want to do the explaining, because you know if you try to explain, you're going to get caught in 10 more lies. That's why you hate the reaction channels. We are your hall of mirrors, Chantal, and you can't get away from the hall of mirrors. They're everywhere.
Anyone's business. And number two,
Actually, sorry, catch myself. They obviously went to the courthouse. Try that again. I'm not even going to
We went to the courthouse for no reason, right? Just to hang out and just to prove to you and your wig that we're married. Is that what you're saying?
I have a theory about that courthouse visit. Just a theory. And I'm free to do theories here, Chantal, so shut up. Theory number one, that they went to the courthouse for the Allah issue. And while they were there, Chantal decided to do a fake marriage video and pass it off as we are there to get married. Theory number two, that they just took a quick trip to the courthouse and acted like they were going to get married and they really didn't. Those are my theories. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Because I don't have time. They've obviously been to the courthouse today and may even have presented some kind of fake documents to be able to register the contract today.
Present fake documents? Are you do you have a milk tea notoriety services or authentication service? You don't even live in the same country. Like, you've never been to Kuwait. You probably just recently Googled Kuwait since this all went down.
And you probably did too.
But this only would have been today, and it would still be illegal because it would be under false pretenses.
And you know what's interesting, Chantal? I just remembered. Didn't you say you converted over to being a Muslim? Isn't gossiping haram? Isn't insulting people haram? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. And here you are doing it on live stream.
Yeah? There is
Yeah, no.
no timeline, no set of paperwork, no circumstances under which Foodie can get married with
Actually, that is. That's the whole point.
her status in Kuwait.
Oh, and another thing that's haram, Foodie, this might interest you. Eating excessively. Eating excessively. That's haram. So, yeah, good luck with that.
In a minute when she says, we're not going to be discussing it, yeah, in bet you're not.
just don't feel comfortable.
Because of weirdos like you being invasive and like trying to pick apart everything. And Nicole, welcome very much.
So, being in front of a liar and picking apart their lies, that's invasive. I never knew that was invasive, did y'all? That being in front of a liar that lies all the time about things they don't have to, that's considered invasive. Well, maybe to the liar, because they're trying to put out a narrative and make it profitable, and other people are coming forward and saying, no, that's wrong. No, that's not right. Yes, you're lying. That's invasive to the liar, because they want people to believe their lies and buy their lies. That's invasive.
No, technically, you would have to. You know what? I'm gonna find what we did on Google just to shut everyone.
Of personal information being circulated online. So that would be our personal
Anna Nicole.
information, and
Hi, Crispy.
also I will not be sharing personal information like my status from Kuwait and things like that.
Yeah, because the
And I
further
love the fact that she's supposed to be raging right here, and yet she had time to put on the filters and put on the lipstick. Okay.
she gets into this lie, the more she realizes how easy it is to disprove, which is why she's doubling down here. Fortunately, she's got the memory.
No, it's because I did say I was on a tourist visa because I was. But how
I mean, you were.
do you
Are.
know things haven't changed since then? That's my point. Like, so
So you're still on a tourist visa, so you still can't get married.
perhaps something happened and I
What? What do you mean something happens? You're on a tourist visa, which expires in 3 months, which means you have to go home, and you cannot get another visa until you go home and you wait to get another one. You can't just switch over visas while you're mid-trip.
went through some kind of recourse and changed my status.
Now, I will say that if you're on a tourist visa, you can apply for an extension. And I don't think Chantal has done that.
For all you know, right? Do you work for the government? No, you don't. So I mean, that's my point. You don't work for the government
Neither do you.
of Kuwait. You've never been to Kuwait. You don't know the laws. You don't know how things work. All you're doing is Googling things, all right?
And you have no respect for the laws over there. You've broken a lot of them,
So there.
including that little trip to the beach. You shouldn't take the shells from the beach. You can be fined for that.
So you don't know my current status. You don't know anything because you have no proof. You have no receipts. And she likes to talk about freeze frames. Isn't this a doozy?
And
Hi.
KFC.
They're immigration
was a
experts,
lot
girl
more
sip, yeah.
open with it, so let me just put that here.
I'm not employed here. I'm a Canadian on a tourist visa, and my employment, I'm self-employed with my YouTube channel, basically. So I'm not working here.
I've explained it already, okay? I didn't want to say anything. They just Google anything, yeah. Whenever I did Google, like when we were first talking about getting married, and I was like, oh, I need a civil ID. I was panicking and blah, blah, blah.
Why do you need a civil ID while you're on a tourist visa and just visiting Kuwait? What does it have to do with marriage?
And then it took time. We worked around things legally, and
Worked around things legally. That's an oxymoron.
that's why we're not like going to come out and explain everything because, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it took a while. It's like the process wasn't just cut and paste. It wasn't just like quick, quick, quick. It was a process, and that's what it was. So, I'm gonna talk to Sala. Like, I don't know what Sala. Can you explain like how we like initiated that like contract between us, and then we have like you need 2 witnesses. You have to like, you can like, is it like a lawsuit against the court? I don't know. I know you explained it to me. I don't really even fully understand the process.
I thought you just said you Googled it, so you know how the whole process goes, and you're asking him to explain it. Is it because you know that you've been caught in your lies, and you don't want to tell more lies and get caught in those too? So, Sala, you take over. Be my PR representative. You explain things so I don't sound stupid. Too late. You already do.
Process. All I know is that Sala was working it out with whoever was involved in it. According to the internet, I'm a lawyer, immigration professional, romance expert, chef, doctor, and law official. Exactly. K1 visa. I don't read blue, but K1 visa is not even for Canada, buddy. All right. So you can get married on a tourist visa.
No, you can't.
It's just, it takes a bit of work around. That's all.
So you're just basically saying you're doing fraudulent behavior. You're basically admitting to fraudulent behavior, against the law behavior.
You have to appeal to the court.
Chantal, you've been in Kuwait for less than 2 months. I'm sure the legal system is tied up with other things. And I've heard that anything legal takes time, takes a long time. You've not been in Kuwait that long. and you're not going to be in Kuwait that much longer.
Yeah, and the marriage certificate, it takes time to go pick it up. So, we'll even have to go back and
You're going to leave in
deal
about
with more
7
things.
days.
That's it. Yeah, why does even anyone really care about
And
anything?
the reason she was discussing that is because something that's come up a few times.
Okay, but what is it? So we're not married, but then so on one hand, they accuse us of not being married, but then on the other, they say that he's using me for marriage so he can get to Canada. So which one is it? We're fake marriage for what reason? You can't even.
I have my theories as far as this whole deal between Salah and Chantal. I don't know if Salah is trying to use Chantal to get into Canada. Knowing Chantal and the way she is, she talked herself up to Salah. How much y'all want to bet she talked herself up to Salah? And she told him, look, I got this huge YouTube channel. I'm making all kinds of money. I can give you money. Just stick with me and everything will be good. We'll be rolling in the dough. And she talked herself up to him because she wanted to spend time with him. She wanted to spend time with a decent looking guy. He is her fantasy. That he's the closest to her fantasy that she's ever come across. She wanted to spend time with Salah, so she talked herself up. She lied to Salah, and he believed her lies. I'm not saying Salah is innocent in all of this, because what guy would agree to be with someone as toxic as Foodie? He watched her a few times. He didn't get a gist of who she was and decide, nope, this is not a good idea. No, he threw his lot in with Foodie. Maybe there were financial reasons behind that, but he chose to do that. So she talked herself up, made all kinds of promises, I feel. And then she came to Kuwait, and the content they've done has basically flopped, but she's been stringing him along, as Chantal does with men. She did send 9,000 Canadian dollars to Kuwait, which translates to 2,200, just to put up with her. Also, I want to throw this out there. I think that her going to Kuwait, I'm just going to say it. It was also for a couple of other reasons. One, possibly because she was trying to make Nader jealous. Because honestly, Nader is her one true love. That is her match made in hell. They are so much alike, it's not even funny. They're so much alike in the most wrong ways. But she's always had her eyes on Nader. Even with Salah, she can't stop talking about him. She can't stop thinking about him. She can't stop doing reactions and videos about him. She's talking about him all the time. If you're so much in love with your new husband, why are you so focused on someone from your past? If you're newly married, you don't think about guys from your past that you were intimate with, Foodie. This was to make Nader jealous. And also, her and Nader have been involved in this weird control tug of war between them, like who's got more control over who. And possibly she went to Kuwait to try to drive home the point that she's the sugar mama with all the sugar, and without her, he was going to fail because he depends on Chantal and her money to kind of like prove the point. Look what's going to happen to you when I take the money away. I stop buying the groceries. I can easily find another you, only better, somewhere else that needs the money. I don't need you. So when she comes home, she'll have more control. He might be a bit more appreciative. I seriously doubt it, but she was trying to get control of Nader. Also, a possible third reason, because when Chantal was in Canada, she was doing all kinds of party favors in such high amounts that her tolerance was so up there that maybe she just couldn't get high anymore. So maybe Kuwait was a bit of a dry out to bring her tolerance back down to certain things. That's how I feel. Those are my thoughts, feelings, opinions. This is my channel. I can say what I like, and I am. So there you have it. What do you guys think? Let me know.
You say I'm inconsistent, but you're inconsistent with your BS and your reaching. Like which one is it?
From a few people, like people have asked me in comments or they've made
Yeah, I know, right? If we had K1, it would be so cool.
She shouldn't be working in Kuwait, which she definitely shouldn't be. but that YouTube counts as work in Kuwait, and it doesn't. So I just want to clear that up.
Okay, there you go.
You can YouTube from anywhere.
You can YouTube.
Unless you're being hired commercially to do something that would involve YouTube, she's fine to do it. She can film content, she can upload
I
content.
hate how people tune into these people. Well, just with the drop of a needle or the drop of a hat, whatever. I'm just looking at a needle here. Just disbelieve anything I say, but will believe these.
She's not wrong there, Foodie. To work in Kuwait, you need a work permit. To film in Kuwait, you need a film permit. And I bet you didn't get either one of those. And yet you've been filming so many things you shouldn't, putting people on camera that did not give their consent to be on camera. She's not wrong. You've been running around Kuwait doing things you're not supposed to do. And you're very, very lucky that you have not been fined or arrested for that.
Knobheads who have no proof of anything either. Yeah, not me. I know. No one should be so obsessed. Why does it matter? Why does everyone care? They love each other. I know. That's what I'm saying. They're so petty. Like,
money comes through.
they're basically saying, like, okay, they're basically telling us how we feel. He doesn't love her. You don't love him. Blah blah blah. Like, it's so weird.
Kuwait. So when she actually says, "Look, I'm self-employed," it's actually kind of true, and it really isn't the.
It's very true.
Oh, that people think it is. It really isn't the mic job. Like, she can do YouTube, it's fine. But in an attempt to defend herself on one.
What does this person do? Are they literally an immigration expert or what?
She's completely contradicting lies she's told before, and this is really
lies I've told. What lies?
Chantal, you're irritating me. If you're going to react to Milk Tea or anybody, if you got something significant to say, stop the video and say it. That way we can hear the person that you're reacting to and also you. You're talking over her. That's rude. Didn't your mama bring you up with manners? That when somebody's speaking, you do not speak. You wait until they're done, then you speak. That is how you do conversation. That is how you do reacting. Don't talk over people, you rude creature.
So instead of just telling one lie that's as close to the truth as she can get it and just sticking with it, she forgets the other lies she's told. So I'm on a tourist visa,
like what?
but no, we had some loopholes through Murad's work.
No. We had some loopholes through Murad's work. Did you hear that, baby? Okay. It takes time, around a month, a couple of weeks to approve that and give us the contract. That's all. Exactly.
You're relying on Salah to back up your lies. You're using Salah the way you've used up Pete's. You know, Pete's will do whatever you say. Salah will do whatever you say. You're the sugar mama. You're about to get paid from YouTube again. Of course he's going to say whatever you want him to say. He wants a little bit more of that bag before you leave.
Through Murad's work, number one, they're both business owners. Oh my God. They're both business owners. So you're just being an ignorant.
So what? You wanted a civil ID to work for Murad? You want to be an employee for what purpose? Like what would be your job, Chantal, to sell perfume? You might as well, because your life stinks. You need that perfume.
You know what? Like, why even be like that? Why be snide like that? Like, how do you know it's just Murad's business? Like, what are you even talking about? Murad's work. Number one, it says they own the business together. It's not just work. And I never said that we.
I don't get it, y'all. Even if Murad and Salah do have a perfume business, when you have a company, you're looking for people that believe in your company and are an asset to your company. Whether it's somebody with a low-level position in your company or a high-level position, you're bringing people in to add to the value of your company. So even if Murad and Salah have a perfume company, what value does Chantal bring to that? Seriously, what value? What is the point of making her an employee? She's not going to sell perfume. She's not going to represent the perfume very well. Her reputation is trash. What would be the purpose of employing Foodie Beauty to sell perfume? Be an employee of that company.
We're married through Murad's work. Ever. No, I didn't. I didn't say that. I said that's a possible way to do it, to get a civil ID. Do you see how they twist?
So you're basically admitting to the loophole. Hey, in order to do this thing, I've got to be an employee. So look, that's the loophole. That's it right there. That's it right there.
My words, and then now I'm a liar. Do you see how this works? It's ridiculous.
Not be true at the same time, and she cannot get any other kind of visa. She'd have to go out.
I didn't say it could be true at the same time. I said I'm on a tourist visa. If I wanted to get a civil, I said there's different ways to get married. One, if you need to have a civil ID, yes. If you Google that, yes, you need to get a
A civil ID does not mean you get married faster or better. It's just a civil ID for work. The work has nothing to do with the marriage.
civil ID. You need to be employed. I said if I really wanted to, Salah could put me on his business, which he owns with Murad. Do you see how she misses out a lot of context and a lot of points? Yeah, people are just like with no brain, I guess. Watch this.
He's sponsored, and there's no way he's getting permission to sponsor her. And by he,
There's no way he's getting permission to sponsor me. How do you know? How do you know what he would get permission to and not do? This is what drives me nuts. These people make definitive assertions about details of our lives. They have no proof and nothing. Me and Murad are business owner. It's a fact, exactly. And it doesn't matter if you don't think it's cool to own a fragrance business, which it's really big here in Kuwait. Fragrances, perfumes, Arabic perfumes. At least he has his own business, so quit crapping on it.
I still don't understand how two people who own a perfume, body spray, cologne business, whatever this is, why they would take her on as a representative or an employee when we all know she's not one about her personal hygiene. I mean, make it make sense. This person is supposed to be an employee and sell perfume. Perfume smells good. And you have an employee, allegedly, that they are not about their personal hygiene. They are not about that life of taking a bath. So you're bringing somebody on as part of your company that they stink and they're proud that they stink. I mean, I don't get it.
Murad for employment reasons.
We're not asking people to buy anything, so what's the big deal?
We have to register. I keep on.
If it's a perfume company, you're expecting people to buy something, you're hoping that they buy something, hence the reason why it's a company, hence the reason why you're selling products. So what do you mean? We're not expecting people to buy stuff. Good. Because this is YouTube. Ain't nobody interested in the perfume. I don't know why they thought this was a good collaboration. The content that you do, Chantal, has nothing to do with perfume. How is that a good matchup? It isn't. If anything, whatever brand they might have, you being a part of it in any way hurts the brand because of who you are, what you do, and your reputation.
This in my last react or two. So if you want more minute detail,
Is this your debunking?
Those. But the fact is, it's not true. None of it's true, and that's.
It is true. I've just explained it. Is there any other questions regarding that, or how can I make it crystal clear? She did get this wiggle and wish, just like her personality.
Why she's so.
Oh no, wait, not her.
That she's trying to throw out personal insults. I am not having it today. I'm not having it. Not from this one who will go out wig shopping and wouldn't even bother with a wig fitting. This one who didn't even wear a wig cap. She would glue the wigs to her head because she was too lazy to buy a simple wig cap, which is not that expensive. It just looks like a piece of pantyhose. Too lazy to wash a wig, even though she spent $800 on it, $600. Too lazy to buy like someplace to place the wig to where it would not get ruined. This one who would take an expensive wig and chop it up with scissors and make it look ridiculous. I think Milk Tea looks lovely today. I like that wig on her. I would never know it was a wig unless she told me. It looks very good on her. It looks really natural. It flatters her. Should take a few pointers for Milk Tea on how to pick out wigs, Chantal.
Her personality, sorry. I don't know her, but she got her wig on Wish, and she got her immigration diploma, expert diploma on Wish.
vague, and that's why she was being so vague. But she slips.
I'm being vague because of people like you being invasive and missing a lot of context and twisting my words.
If people are missing things, then you come forward and give us what we don't know. See, this is why you suck at reactions. You're reacting to somebody talking about you. You could come to the table and go, you're wrong, and this is why and how you're wrong, and bring us some facts to prove us wrong. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, Chantal. That's how you do it successfully. You're failing because all that I've heard from you is insults and speculation. That's not going to get it done.
I have that right. It doesn't make me a liar. Like,
She tells people, you know, no, I'm on a tourist visa, which is the only possible way she could be in there, and then expects us to believe.
no, it's
otherwise.
not.
But what we know
I could come on a work visa, but I'm not.
like I said, of our days.
Then you need a work permit. And by the way, Foodie, if you have a tourist visa, which is what you have, you can't come back in a few weeks, like you're telling everybody. As I understand it, once your visa expires, you have to go home before that visa expires. If you try to stay past that, you'd be in big trouble. But you have to go home and wait for another visa to be approved before you can go back. That might take a while. You're not going to get another one in 3 weeks.
So I will explain a bit of the process from my perspective. Basically, we had to go to this courthouse, and there were a lot of stairs to go up to get in. Then we went up
Those
to the
stairs
floor
suck,
where
man.
we had to wait to.
You know, all of this hoo ha and drama could have been easily avoided if she had just said, hey, I'm going to Kuwait to have fun with a decent looking dude. We're just going to hang out and we're going to have a good time together. That would have been the honest thing to say. That would have been the honest thing to do because that's what this is. But she had to embellish it. She had to make it grandiose and make it for more than what it was by saying, oh, we got married, blah, 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 blah. This is my husband. Your life is your life, Foodie. Your life is your life. If you want to go to a country and have fun with a guy and party and have a good time and have some companionship, that is your right as a person. But you lied. You lied in front of the public that you expect to make money on. That is where you screwed up. Why not just come to the table honest and present yourself as honest and you wouldn't have half these headaches?
Get to a courtroom. We did just. It was a bit of a process. We had to file for marriage and all this and that.
Yes.
And
you don't know the documents needed. You don't know the loopholes. Are you our lawyer? Do you like? Did you talk to our lawyer? No.
I know there's going to be some details left out, but again, these are just personal things. And
Sorry if I'm being quiet. I'm letting her talk because I really want you to hear what she's saying. Because later, when she has to double back, she's been
Can we get
called out
Shake
for so
Shack?
many things. I want you to know that there was no doubt in what she was implying, which was that they went to the courthouse. Once they filed the stuff, they waited, they got married, which is the story she tried to tell.
we appreciate our privacy being respected.
I hate both stairs and elevators.
Most people just feel entitled to certain information, and it's just,
Yeah, like you, entitled to certain information, or else you're gonna make it up, right?
no, we have the right to privacy.
You do, but then, you know, keep
What?
it offline. Keep it offline.
Keep it offline. What? Saying we're married. We did keep it offline. We kept it offline.
No, not really, Chantal. Not really. Not really. You went to Kuwait to use Salah for content. You put him on camera. You didn't have to put him on camera. You did. You chose to make him into content. You chose to do a couples channel. You wanted to milk this thing as much as you could. And it bombed. It absolutely bombed. It wasn't the moneymaker I guess you thought it would be. And you're mad about that too.
We kept our marriage contract offline. And this is
But not anything else.
what happens. You come online with your crappy wig and you make up lies.
Yeah? If you're going to make a vlog telling us about your courthouse marriage, don't be shocked when people are talking about your marriage. If you're going to make a vlog about you going to Kuwait to marry the love of your life and then tell us a pack of lies about your status, don't be surprised.
No, because people are not normally single white female like you are. Normal people just kind of
Not Chantal calling somebody a single white female type personality. When she was chasing after Natter and doing things to imitate Dee Dee. Y'all remember the blonde wig? The shoot that she did with the blonde wig imitating Dee Dee? Yeah, single white female vibes right there.
go and go about their day and watch if they want to watch. They don't sit there and like pick apart like possibilities and make assertions and anyways.
You know, Milty, I think I know why she's angry at you today. I don't know why Chantal is still defending this marriage when she's about ready to go home, like why she's just protesting so loudly. The lady doth protest too much. And you know what, Chantal, the more you protest, the more it makes it look like other people are telling the truth and it irritates you. Liars are always the most offended by truth because it goes against the lies. I don't know why, Chantal, that you are defending this marriage when this marriage thing is just about over. And you're going to go home and you're going to go straight to Natter and be with Natter again. And you might hide it for a while, but then you'll let it out of the bag that you've been seeing him when you get mad at him. We know the routine. If you are about anything, it's about routine. You have your patterns. You know that your focus is still on Natter. We know it too. See, that's the thing. We already know everything about what's about to happen. We know what's going to happen when you get back to Canada. You're going to be more out of control than you've ever been. You're going to be more cocky than you've ever been because you're going to have the attitude of, I went to one of the most strict countries in the world and I did things against their laws and I got away with it. You're going to be more arrogant than you've ever been, more out of control than you've ever been. And you know, as soon as you get off that plane in Montreal, you're going straight to Natter's house. That's what all those groceries were about. You might do some party favors there. You might take them home with you. You've still got some wheelchairs at home. You're already set to come home, and I bet you're bored out of your mind being there because you can't wait to have the freedoms that you don't have in Kuwait. To run your mouth, to curse, to be offensive, to show us your fupa again. You can't wait because you got a lot of money to make. You've been losing money since you've been there. And you got 5 people on your payroll. You got yourself, you got Sala, you got Pete, you got Natter, and you got Dee Dee. No wonder you're hurting for money. You got a bunch of losers on your payroll that you got to pay for. But that's your choice, your paycheck. But we know what we're in for. We know.
Are people normally this weird and creepy? No.
It's a topic of conversation.
So also, but there are some things I don't mind sharing with you guys. So also we got into the court.
So I literally just said we don't want to tell everything for privacy reasons, but there are some things I don't mind sharing with you. This is why you have this courthouse video, okay?
You don't mind sharing things as long as you can lie about them. And then when you get caught in the lies, that's when you get mad.
That's it.
Stood in front of 2 judges.
Yeah, I was speculating that Sal is on the spectrum, calling him delayed and renaming him Stuart from my TV.
I don't know if that's true, but even if it is true, that's not nice to say.
She's an actual Cabbage Patch doll who says, like, she can't even say the word told. I told you. And she's gonna make fun of my husband? Please. I'm pretty sure your wife has brain damage from all the drugs she's done. So please keep my husband's name out of your mouth. Thank you. She would say that. She's trash. She's uneducated trash.
And they basically asked me, they wanted to make sure that I accepted
Selective
their
outrage,
lifestyle.
yeah.
I thought
Ew.
to get my bachelor's and master's degree, it was
There must be women.
So you didn't look it up online? You all of a sudden know all the details about how to get married in Kuwait, but you don't know about meeting the male representatives?
You know, Chantal, if you had done your homework, if you were interested in getting married, I would think it would be paramount, it would be important for you, as someone wanting to be married to somebody in Kuwait, that you should have done your homework about what needs to be done and what you need before that happens, and if it can happen. So you're criticizing somebody who lives in that part of the world for looking stuff up or knowing things. But if you want to be married, you should have done your homework, girl. You should have done it. Obviously, you didn't do it, and that's why you're looking for loopholes.
Don't have male relatives here because usually
You just contradicted
you
yourself,
have a
liar.
brother or a father or someone, and so I wonder how you don't do that. You know, I mean,
We
she's
explained
saying
it.
They just explained it to the judge. There we go.
We explained it. We explained it. If you do not, if your father's deceased, then you need either your son or your brother. I think an
I'm actually surprised that if she wanted to know about marriage stuff, why didn't Salah tell her? If they were really going to do it, wouldn't he just find out everything and then tell Chantal?
uncle to a babysit. That would be easy to look up. Rio, welcome to Very Important Features Recipes. If you don't have a bigger than life online personality, you're on the spectrum. Why do people make fun of people like with autism anyways? Like that's horrible.
Husband has to pay legally, give a gift, monetary gift to the wife, and
Chantal, you have used the R word many times, and you said you like saying the R word. So there's that. You shouldn't be using the R word at all. It's offensive.
one during the
I'm not saying that Salah is mentally delayed. I don't know. It's not my business. You know, nobody should be diagnosing anybody with mental illness. If they do or do not have it, only a doctor can do that. You know, nobody should be talking about anybody else's possible mental diagnosis without knowing for sure. And even then, be respectful.
marriage as well. So that's
Can we just be
I did that's personal as well, but we agreed to.
Where's her receipts? I'm waiting for
every
them.
marriage that happens here. So
People were rushing to my comment section. Go watch Milk Tea. Go watch Milk Tea. She really gives it to you. Yeah.
You know why people are getting your comment sections and saying, react to this person, react to that person? Because your content is boring. And the only time you're interesting is when you rage at somebody. So they got to give you a reason to rage. And you can't go full on rage like you can in Canada. So, hey, put this video on and react to them. That's why they're doing it. Because your content sucks. It's boring. Nobody cares about you going to the desert and looking at a bunch of camels. Nobody.
Gives me a headache.
So they asked me where my father was, which really was an odd question to me because it just really, but it made me realize how important father figures are in the lives of women here. So as parental figure, marriage. So I had to explain that.
How is an adult making fun of somebody with autism, like in general, like making those comments? Like it's so disgusting.
Talked to my father, and they just kind of looked at me sadly. So Salah had to explain for me. He's so supportive in ways
Hi,
I
babe.
can't even tell you guys.
You're hot, babe.
Used a fake ID of some kind because they would need her.
So
to
now
use it.
she's asserting that we used a fake ID. Wait, sorry, I'm behind.
I honestly think it's a bit strange and sus that before Chantal arrived, she sent a copy of her passport. Why would you do that? That kind of sounds like something work related. Like if you're employed for somebody that might need a copy of your passport, but this is just my opinion. I think having a passport and sending a copy of your passport to strangers is it's a very risky move. It's a dangerous move. I wouldn't send anybody a copy of a passport. No, that's too personal. You don't know what they're going to use it for.
It's a big accusation, Dream, that we used a fake ID now. Okay.
President to do this. But I don't quite get how they would even do a fake one because the point is all of your information is loaded into the car. Like there's a chip in it. It has things like a passport number and all the rest of it.
Right.
So, and usually it's got your fingerprints. So it does have to be in the government system,
Right.
which it can't be. She's on a tourist visa, and she said she's on a tourist visa. So
We already explained that
I'm
ad
not
nauseum.
sure at this point
Oh,
exactly
God,
how
that
she thinks
word.
she's done this, but it could.
So you're saying you don't know how she thinks she's done this, but you did say you know for a fact it's illegal, and I have a fake ID and all this and that. So which one is it? Where's your proof here, lady?
Yeah, like
Next video, I need the proof.
I said, because she's
Well, to be fair, Chantal, you send somebody online a copy of your passport. What would they using that for? What was the possible purpose? It sounds like something work related, like you're maybe applying for a job, or maybe somebody making you a fake ID. They would need a copy of your passport to know what it looks like to maybe make a fake ID. It points in that direction because you're sending strangers your passport. I mean, what for? What for?
kind of doubling down, isn't she?
I guess just that we had to wait for a bit in the courtroom, outside of the courtroom.
Actually, I find that wearing certain wedding dresses very tacky. I don't know. You guys like makes me think of like Beetlejuice when the bride and groom are like decaying. That kind of like it reminds me of like funeral clothes.
Is what you see some of the snaps of, and now they're inside the courtroom.
Not to be rude, Chantal, but look, I know you're in Kuwait and you have to be very careful with the way you're dressed. I get that. You have to be very modest with your dress. I have seen online pictures of beautiful, beautiful abaya wedding dresses. Like just the women wearing them were slaying. But, and I'm going to say something, and this is not me being mean. I think maybe one of the main reasons why you didn't wear a wedding dress to the courthouse to get married, if indeed you did get married, is because you have said that you're having trouble finding things in your size. You've gained a lot of weight since you've been in Kuwait, a lot. I don't know how much, I can speculate, but you have gained a lot of weight. That snack haul that you did recently, Kiwi Farms added up all the snacks. 26,181 calories. Now, I did the online math, and if there are 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat, just in that one snack haul, that is almost 8 pounds of fat. You don't work out, you don't walk to burn off those calories, so you're taking in that amount of calories and you're not working them off. What happens? It turns into fat. And that is not taking into account the sodas that you drink, which are liquid calories, and most sodas are about 300 calories. The coffee drinks, the takeout. You've been packing on the pounds, mama, and you're 5 foot. You're short. I'm 5'4". I'm a shorty too. And because you're a shorty, a little bit of weight can look like a lot more. You are carrying a lot of your weight in the front, and that's probably what's giving you a lot of your back problems because your body is trying to balance the excessive weight in the front of your body, and there's not an equal amount of weight on the back. Maybe one of the reasons why you didn't get a wedding dress is because as a woman of a much bigger size, you're having trouble finding a wedding dress. So you just chose the abaya.
Get married in super dry if you want.
And I know there's a lot of confusion as to, well, the status and all this, and
Oh, why am I talking like this?
marriage.
There is zero confusion about that. You were not married. And that's ultimately it. If they did something today that caused them to go to the courthouse that was not something to do with Allah and she just faking it because she was there, if it was something to do with a marriage contract,
Actually, Salah's not responsible for any of my debts.
God, I hope not, poor guy. You're thousands behind in debt. I hope that you're not going to try to put it off on somebody else. You got to fix that yourself.
and it's happening now,
Get yourself in and get yourself out.
which means she spent nearly 3 months living with a man that she was not married to, which is illegal in Kuwait.
Yep.
So
Who's a
again,
teacher?
it comes down to her stacking her lies. She can have one or she can have the other, and neither are actually Correct.
There's different options, and I don't have to confirm neither of them for you. That's the whole stacking the lies. Okay.
Yeah, it is, because you told everybody you guys were officially married, then you allegedly moved in together. And if you go into the courthouse was when you were officially married, which would have meant that you were able to be together legally, that meant all that time you were not legally married. And if you were living with each other, that is a big, big, big no no. So, which is it, Chantal? Which is it? Either one looks bad. Either you were lying then about being married, or you're lying now. Were you living with a guy that you weren't supposed to be living with and breaking the laws? Is that what you were doing? Sleeping in the same bed with a man that you were not legally supposed to be with? Or telling a lie? I mean, either way, you're a liar.
For what she should be doing, both will screw her over in different ways. It's
No.
just a case of pick your poison.
I always prove you guys wrong. Like, what the hell?
Now, we're always proving us right. We prove you wrong.
Okay, we'll see.
As I say,
And we will.
Foodie always thinks that she's the smartest in the room, but actually she's very easily.
Y'all need to go rent a wedding dress and tux. Ugh. Why do people think we have to do? Why can't we do what we
You know what's funny? I remember, y'all remember this? I don't know how long some of you have been watching Chantal when you got involved in Chantal verse. I remember very clearly when Chantal did not go to Kuwait and he was with Didi. I remember this one going on the internet, showing a live stream one day where she was wedding dress shopping on Shein. I remember that. I remember that, Chantal. I remember it. You were wedding dress shopping. You wanted to wear the wedding dress. Yes, you did. And I also remember a live stream where you went into Natter's chat, big capital shouty letters saying, I got the dress. I got everything. Claim me. You wanted him to claim you. You were all about that life. You wanted to be the bride walking down the aisle. You wanted it. You wanted the wedding dress. You wanted the big production because, like I said, you're very grandiose. You can't do anything small. It has to be big, bigger than it's supposed to be. Now, all of a sudden, you're saying, I don't want the wedding dress. You're full of it. You're full of it. There are abaya wedding dresses that are amazing. I've seen them with my own eyes. I've seen women slaying in abaya type wedding dresses. Gorgeous, gorgeous. You could have done that, didn't do it. Why not? Suddenly you go from, I want a wedding dress, I want to be the bride, to, screw it, I don't need a wedding dress. What changed? What changed?
want? Why do people think we have to do everything like people want us to do, or like everyone else? Like, it's just so weird.
Fooled. So things that sound reasonable to her don't sound reasonable to other people, but in the arrogance.
You know, not shaming anyone in my audience of a bigger size, no matter what size you are, love you, love it. You can be a big woman and be beautiful, be slaying like a queen. Same thing with a man. You can slay at whatever size you are. Never forget that. I'm talking about Chantal right now, though, for just a minute. I think Chantal is ashamed of her size. And at her size, whatever it may be, whatever her measurements are, maybe she didn't want to wear a wedding dress because at her size, perhaps she would have to have something custom made and custom fitted because she is of a bigger size. And maybe over there, they don't have the size of wedding dress she needs or that she wants.
Assuming that she's smarter than everyone else, she'll deliver.
Wait a minute. No. The assuming, I didn't assume I was smarter than anyone else. I'm living my life and I'm telling you what happened, and you're the one making the arrogant assumptions that you know for a fact that what we're doing is illegal and that I have a fake ID. So who's making the arrogant assumptions? What?
Because she would believe it.
The actual contract of marriage, but those are all things that most people don't show.
Or maybe she didn't want to get a wedding dress because the trip to the courthouse wasn't about getting married. Because if she was going to get married, why not wear a wedding dress? I got married at the courthouse. No shame. My first marriage was at the courthouse. We did it simple. I wore a simple dress, but I dressed up. That was my wedding dress.
Online whenever they get married.
Exactly.
They usually
No, no,
Uh-uh.
not bullshit.
You're telling me if people are comfortable being on social media, that they wouldn't show off.
Who shows their marriage certificate?
You should. I mean, that is your personality.
Because who else has an audience of vultures like you demanding that kind of personal information?
Yay, vultures. Hey, I'm okay with being a vulture. I'm all right. I'm a zombie vulture. Let's all be zombie vultures together. I love it. The Zombie Vulture Club. Yes, let's do this. We're vultures, y'all. Flying over Chantal and pooing on her head. Let's do this. Let's go.
Name one. Did Trisha pay to show her marriage certificate? Who did? Name somebody.
Their certificate.
No,
It's
we
the
don't show the
legal thing to
certificate.
say
We showed our
that.
marriage rings.
to show the wedding ceremony. We didn't have one as of yet. Again, it was just very it was a very quick courthouse wedding for now.
She showed her wedding, but did she show her marriage certificate? Hi, from editing me. Didn't catch this on the initial react, but it was a very quick thing fix for now. That later she backpedals as being hugely complicated and requiring multiple visits. Yeah, and okay.
But inshallah, in the future,
Why does she wear a wig?
we'll organize some kind of
Why do you keep picking on her wig? When you've worn wigs in the past, how can you do that? How can you be somebody that you have worn wigs yourself? And you would make a big deal of it. Oh, I went wig shopping. Look, I spent over $1,000 in wig in this visit. I spent over $1,000 in this visit. I'm doing this wig. I'm doing that wig. You've bought over a dozen wigs. Where are they, Chantal? They're on your bedroom floor, filthy, ruined. How can you wig shame somebody when Milk Tea is wearing a wig that looks fantastic on her? Like I said, I would not know that wasn't her real hair. It looks great. You, on the other hand, every time you put on a wig, I know it's a wig. I clock you. That's a wig. Even if I didn't know you, if I saw you walking down the street with one of those wigs, I know it was fake because you don't know how to style. You don't know how to wear. You don't know how to pick out a wig that's close to your skin tone, that flatters you, that looks natural. You're so bad at it, you can't even pick out an $800 wig that looks like an $800 wig. It looks like an $8 wig. Girl, stop it. Stop with the wig shaming.
party, so it was just low key and we celebrated with friends after, friends
I
and
don't know
family.
what
Remember, Allah said they didn't see her for 2 weeks.
People
after
don't show
she arrived.
legal documents
So
online.
She celebrated with friends and family, and then she came home and she did a live where she said she had a headache and she'd been busy all day and she was just trying to have a quiet meal with you guys. So she filmed this today. When did this celebration happen?
Yeah, when it
At breakfast, brunch.
yeah, the day that she released this "We Are Officially Married" thing, the night that happened was not what should happen on a wedding night. She released this video, oh, we're officially married. So that day, according to her, they were officially married. Anybody that just get married, what do? You go to the reception, you hang out with the friends, the relatives, you party like it's 1999. You know, you're cutting the wedding cake, you're partying it up, the families are celebrating, and then what happens? You go on your honeymoon and you spend time with your beloved, and you don't leave your hotel room for a week. And when you do, you can barely walk. I hate to be crude or lewd, but that's just how it is. You turn your bed into splinters. You know, if the wedding were real, if the relationship were real, Chantal should be coming on camera saying, man, I'm so sore. I'm so tired. I don't even know where I am right now. I got bruises and don't know where they came from. That's a real marriage. That's a honeymoon. That is two people who are in love. But what you do on your wedding night, Chantal, you were raging in your community post after post after post. You did a live stream on your wedding night, girl. Your wedding night. Oh my goodness. Miss, I'm a big star raging on your wedding night. Shameful.
Do you want to know what we ate? Do you want to know if I had soft-boiled eggs or hard-boiled eggs?
That's basically all we did.
Actually, I didn't have eggs.
And we will, if we do have some kind of celebration in the future that we can make public, we will. But there's a lot in my life now that I'm keeping private.
Why is she so bothered by what I say, too? She's so, like, defiant about it. Like,
And
You should probably keep more of your illegal activities private.
Yep.
they're not illegal activities, so therefore, we don't have to.
Just saying, if you're going to go with no privacy is best, maybe stop admitting to illegal shit first.
Like what?
marriage details.
Like the loopholes. You getting online and you're so cocky and you're so arrogant that you actually come online in detail to an audience about loopholes and the loopholes that you found to get around certain things. I mean, who does that? Who goes online on a public forum and confesses to loopholes? We're looking for loopholes. And this is how we're finding the loopholes in the system. And this is how we're using them and for why. Who does this?
Alleged illegal shit that you're making up just for drama and views?
I think you can
She literally said, the video I got good views.
appreciate, especially with
I know,
the
baby.
sleuths we have online.
You don't have to look that much. This is not as clever as you think it is.
No, it ain't.
Very invasive. the
Stupid.
internet is Very invasive. So we just really.
Oh my God, this
consider
person's
ourselves to
unbelievable.
keep a lot private. And but we did want to share a little bit of the day with you. So it was a very nice day, very special to marry my soulmate.
What? Hi, Colleen.
My life.
Oh, hi, Mary
Inshallah.
Poppins.
And thank
Because of people like this lying to them. Like, lying that deeply. Really. Where's your proof that I'm lying? Where?
You always lie. If your mouth is open and you're talking, you're lying.
She wasn't best pleased, and the video did not make sense as she had presented it, which was, hey, we're getting married today, these are shots from the wedding, just to prove the hate.
She even ripped on my nail polish. Like, what reason? She thought was modest. Well, it's a muted color of nail polish compared to what I normally get. Stiletto nails with glitter. So yes, it is a lot more modest. What's not modest is your wig and eyeshadow.
Pardon me? Excuse me? What did you just say? Are you trying to use the Wiccan thing as an insult? You need to back up. You need to back all the way up. Weren't you doing the tarot cards not too long ago, pretending to know how to read the tarot cards? You were messing around with the metaphysical, just trying to be cool and edgy, Chantal. Yeah, you were, even though you suck at reading tarot cards. And I say that as somebody that I read the tarot. And it's a little bit separate from being Wiccan, but I'm just saying. And I happen to be Wiccan. Hi. And our creed is harm none, do as you will. And you're all about harming people. And whatever you send out into the universe, you get back 3 times. So you might want to think about that little philosophy, that little way of thinking. Whatever you send out into the universe, you will get back 3 times. If you send out hurtful, negative energy, you get it back 3 times. I was part of a coven, ordained as a witch. Don't say anything about Wiccans, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Not because I'm going to do anything to you. I and no one else has to do anything to you. You hurt yourself far more than anybody else ever could. All we're doing over here is sitting and watching you hurt yourself. Karma's working on you. Slowly. Slowly. I know everybody's waiting for the knockout punch, but it's working on you slowly. Everything around you is starting to crumble around you. Your channel is tanking. Your views suck. People are leaving your channel. Karma. Because of the energy you put out into the universe, it's coming back to you. all the hurtful things you've done, all the lies you told, they're starting to catch up with you. And you are panicking. You're grabbing and clawing at anything to keep yourself afloat. But it ain't working because you continue to do the same behavior you've always done. And change is standing right next to you saying, hi, I'm right here. You need to talk to me. You don't want to talk to change. You don't want to grow as a person. You want to continue on being the same awful person you've always been. So by your own hand, you will continue to suffer. And your world can continue to go to ruin. Nobody else has to hurt you. You hurt yourself just fine.
I suppose. And again, the technical truth she loves, they said wedding. They never said that today was 3 months ago at any point. We're piecing all of this together, yeah? But Foodie has a tendency to get angry, get a little bit impulsive, shocking, I know, and tends to not be able to argue well when she's caught in a lie. So we did have some kind of community post later.
Imaginary lies.
And it got edited. New video. Okay, so here is a better explanation
Oh my
for the zombie
God.
cult.
Yeah. That post that Milk Tea just pulled up, that was the long community post that she put on her wedding night, y'all. This is what she was doing on her wedding night, not popping the champagne, not eating the caviar, not sitting up in the room enjoying the time with the husband. Oh no, this is what she was doing on her wedding night. Her wedding night. Her wedding night. This is what she was doing, being mad. Imagine that, spending your wedding night mad. Mad, beyond mad. This is what she was doing. This is what you were doing after getting married. You're doing it wrong.
Our
Yeah.
marriage took a while to finalise, as most legal matters do. We do not owe you anything. We do not owe people more than what we want to share. I am not that stupid. I know this is a newer affair. I don't think
She has the same crappy background as that other guy with the friggin' stupid channel. What is it called?
I prefer her background, which is nice and clean and looks good, compared to you streaming in your room surrounded by garbage any day of the week. I'll take her background over yours because I don't want to see all that filth. It's offensive.
I think
I don't remember.
she convinced herself this would shut everybody up, and she didn't check the details, as she has.
You have literally no proof of anything. Nothing I have said in those posts has been a lie. Nothing. And I challenge you to prove it. Prove it.
She did. She came on her video. She presented facts versus insults like you. She presented her case very well. She laid it all out. She gave the facts. All you've given us is insults. That's it. No proof given, nothing.
History of not doing. We filed for
Like
marriage
what?
and had a contract for a while now, but we had to finalise things. Well then,
I know,
you have a
Tracy, right?
contract. You're married, you're not married.
No,
It's not
not
filed in
married.
court, it's like being pregnant or not pregnant. There's no in between there. I wasn't even going to show any
No,
videos.
it's not like being pregnant.
So it's not going to help any.
It's not like being pregnant. Oh my God, this person is dumb.
You can see why, as people pick apart everything. Yeah, when there's glaringly obvious lies, people are going to pick that apart because they're glaringly obvious. Just be happy for people.
You know nothing about Kuwait law. You know nothing. Nothing.
And you don't respect Kuwait law because you've been breaking it left and right. Filming things you shouldn't be filming, doing things you're not supposed to be doing. Either you don't respect Kuwait law because you knew the law and you broke it anyway, or you don't know the law. Which is it?
Nothing. So how can it be obvious if you don't know what you're talking about?
Although
You
happy
contradict yourself.
legal details don't matter to people who are not living our life and don't know anything about it. I know quite a lot about it. I'm just going to put that.
What the WTF? What do you know? I know a lot about it. Like what? Show us your proof then.
About that. I've lived
Oh.
in 7 countries now.
You've lived in
And
7
I-
countries and none of them are Kuwait. Do you know how big the Middle East is?
Well, if she's been to 7 countries, that means She's somebody that she goes to different places, and I'm sure that before she goes, she knows what to do and what not to do. And she respects the country, and she respects the people, and she respects the culture to know how to go into these countries without incident. Isn't it something, Foodie, that Milk Tea has been to 7 countries? No problem. You go to Kuwait, there's all kinds of problems because you have no respect for anybody, ma'am.
Had someone leave a comment, someone ignorant leave a comment. Go listen to Milk Tea. She's lived in the Middle East. Do you want me to pull up a map of how big the Middle East is? And they all have their own laws? Like, really? No, I'm not upset at all, actually. I'm in disbelief. I'm not mad. I'm in disbelief. Yeah, Salah was born in Kuwait. If anyone knows the law, exactly. And they're going to listen to Milk Tea here with her friggin' wish wig and her no receipts whatsoever, her speculation.
You know, I can't wait for Chantal to go home and take off the abaya. I wish she'd take it off anyway because I feel that she's disrespecting the abaya and the hijab by wearing it. She's completely disrespecting it with her behavior and the way she's talking. But I can't wait for her to go home and take that off because trust me, it won't take long. She's going to get back in Canada, and at some point she's going to say, this is not for me, and take it off, and she's going to want to put on her wigs, and I'm going to drag her then too.
Living in the Middle East. It's not a linear process.
But have you been married in the Middle East? Have you been married in Kuwait? That if the answer is no, you don't know anything.
Marriages when both people are from the same country. I turned off the comments for now because I'm seriously getting sick of YouTube altogether
I am.
and the constant need to defend everything
Yes,
I do
I am.
against the horde of mindless zombies and miserable.
You know another reason why Chantal turns off the comments? Because she's afraid that somebody's going to comment and say something to poke further holes in her lies. And she doesn't want to take that chance. That somebody's going to say something and it's going to poke more holes in her life. She's got enough problems with the reaction channels as is.
People. Funny how people like.
She said she knows a lot. 10 minutes ago, she said she didn't know that. Exactly. Even the marriage.
Oh, just for the information for y'all, while I'm reacting to this, I'm getting word from friends that Foodie is doing a live and she's sniping FFG right now. So this person, Foodie Beauty, who wants to yell and scream about stream sniping, which I'm going to educate you once more, Chantal, and you get it through your big head. On YouTube, there is no stream sniping. That's a gamer term. That's for the gaming world. That's for Twitch. There's no such thing as sniping on YouTube. It's restreaming. Understand? Restreaming. So she's restreaming FFG, and FFG is playing the Cuba Rage, but she's over there yelling and screaming about people stealing her content and restreaming it at the same time she's doing it to somebody else. Hypocrite.
The marriages in every country are different. Like
FFG.
Hypocrite.
For Muslim marriages, there's obviously certain things.
You hate the reaction channels, but at the same time you use us for content. You complain about us, but yet you'll use us for content and topics of conversation when you need to, when you run out of ideas. Hypocrite.
Don't even have a man.
But she didn't even know if our wedding was religious or not.
Yeah, let's throw that back because God knows you got nothing. And you lied.
What do you have? Why are you even up here bitter, like giving me shit for everything? Who are you and why are you relevant to my life? And yes, the reason I brought up FFG not having a man is because she said to her audience she has a man. And that's,
you know what? It's not for me to say if Frenchie has a man or doesn't have a man. That's her business. If she is single or not single. But if she does somebody in her life, she has decided to keep that private. And what's wrong with that? She's doing her thing on YouTube. Her man does not have to be involved. She can do her live streams just fine by herself. I think the main reason why you want the reactors to bring their significant others on camera is to have something to say about them and to rag on them. That's what I think. You're looking for something else to say of a bullying nature. And screw you, Chantal, it ain't going to happen.
a lot. Why don't you call her out? Let's go. Let's see your internet sleuth produce a boyfriend for her. Like seriously. And she has and I also brought that up because she has the nerve to talk about Salah and I's relationship when she has an imaginary boyfriend.
Just because you want everybody else to talk about your relationship, if you don't want anybody to talk about it, don't bring it here. You know? If you don't want people to talk about something, don't give it to the public. Don't put it on a public platform. And if you don't like what other people are doing, there's an old saying, don't like it, don't look, don't listen. This is so simple, so easy. You don't like something, don't pay attention to it. But you keep paying attention to them, so you must like it.
Boyfriend. Seriously.
Your audience about that. I have no clue. It doesn't matter for the sake of this, but deflect, deflect, deflect.
You're nothing but a crumb bum.
And can sit on their flat behinds and chain smoke and screech and speculate on the status of our marriage as if they know anything when they don't.
Yes.
Well, I'm not doing those things.
What do you know? What?
Speculating, which is
the video's almost over. You have.
No one does.
That's hilarious. Her calling milk tea a bum. At the same time, she offered half her paycheck to a abusive loser to keep drama going. Really? You're so desperate for content that you're going to give half of your paycheck to an abusive loser just so you'll make money on YouTube? You're the bum.
5 minutes to produce
We have been to
receipts.
the courthouse many times.
Or what?
Why?
I do.
It's none of your business.
File the paperwork, show up, do the ceremony.
No, it
Why
isn't.
would the court stretch that out? Now I can believe
because
they
you don't
have
know
had
why.
problems filing paperwork at the very beginning. But bear in mind this process we're hearing. We go, we file it, we do the thing. Do you think they could do that without making an appointment of some kind? Because you book it online. I went and checked on the Kuwaiti Ministry of Justice. You think she could have done that?
We had many appointments. That's the whole thing. Exactly. You just confirmed. You make appointments. There you go.
In the day since she got there? I mean, if you wanted to speculate like a tourist visa was not a thing and she could get married, because let's not forget all of this discussion we're having.
You know, I think she's watching Milk Tea to figure out what Milk Tea knows and what Milk Tea is putting out there, the information to figure out more ways to cover up her lies.
The tourist visa invalidates everything. But he could have booked it, I suppose, if we wanted to get tested.
It's more like a feeling of what does the enemy know? Find out the information the enemy knows. That way you can figure out a game plan about how to go from there. That sort of thing.
But come on. We've been to the courthouse
Immigration
many times,
experts.
and I decided to take some snaps of the most.
What country does this person even live in? Not even like
You're
close
talking in circles, Chantal. You're boring.
to here. Regardless of my status, despite my status. All right? Yeah.
Option C there.
Babe, how can we
you're a
prove
liar
this?
or you're a fraud. There's no in between. Pick your poison, darling. It has different consequences, but pick it. And there we have it. That's what Foodie's been doing.
What?
I'm sure we'll
That's
get
her
a little
proof?
bit more rage because
Rage.
she can't.
You're the only one raging. You're bitter and talking about everything that's irrelevant. Like, oh, her manipulation. She's a liar with no proof at all whatsoever.
Telling the story. Because when I say it's a pack of lies, it's a thick pack of lies. And there's no way she's going to keep straight all the details. And it's going to drive her crazy when people come and say, well, this isn't true for these.
How can we keep straight the details when you don't know them? So how can you claim?
You know what? She's talking in circles, and it's already been 2 hours, and Chantal's on another live. I got to get to it. I don't know if there's anything else here, but it just feels like Chantal keeps talking in circles, just keeps defending that this marriage is real, blah, 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 blah. We've heard enough, haven't we? I think we've heard enough. Chantal clearly did this react to Milk Tea because she needs content. She needs a reason to rage. She knows that her rages are the most interesting thing about her channel because it sure as hell isn't her eating food on camera and stuffing her face or showing Salah and her going out in the desert petting the camels. No. She's run out of ideas. Her channel is no longer interesting. Her content is no longer interesting because she no longer cares about what the people are enjoying and what they'll pay for and what they're viewing. She just wants to get on, turn on the camera, and run up the meter to make money. So she decided to pick on Milk Tea and react to her because she needs content. Her and Natter did the whole receipt thing and brought up old receipts and dusted them off and made them profitable, but they run out of receipts now. They're showing us the same stuff over and over. So hey, let's pick on the reactors. We need some different content. So let's use them for content. And now she's sniping FFG, or should I say restreaming. Hypocrite. Hypocrite. Criticizing the reactors for doing something that you do, Chantal. That's how desperate for topics you are. Miss, I'm a superstar. Guess what? If you were a real superstar, if you were such a big deal, you would be able to be creative enough to come up with your own ideas versus trying to use other people for content. With that said, I'm out. Hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and upload this. And remember what I said. If you are watching this video and it's still processing, the sound may not be there. Just please give it a few minutes and it'll show up. Thank you very much for being here and have a good one. Bye-bye.